What's going on, everybody? This is he who needs no introduction. I am back at y'all with another episode of King Ju Talks. Now, I was gonna do a different episode today, but since NFL is finally back with the Hall of Fame game that's about to come on shortly, I figured I'd switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna talk about some unpopular opinions about the NFL. So without further ado, sit back, grab a snack, and let's chat. It ain't on paper this time. We moving up now. It's in the phone now. So I took the liberty of doing a little research, going through like Reddit and Chat GPT to get a couple of unpopular opinions that I found pretty interesting to talk about today. So, wait, what does this mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that comment, but in any case, I'm gonna start with a few maybe not so unpopular ones, and then we'll get a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? A little more dangerous. So I'm gonna start with my first opinion that I saw. This one says Tom Brady is more a product of Bill Belichick's system than pure talent. Now, Tom Brady is obviously undeniable. I mean, hell, 7 rings, that ain't nothing to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it, then at the same time, I mean, you could really go either way with this because earlier Bill Belichick, like, let's take, for example, that year that Tom Brady tore his ACL, Matt Castle took over, and they still did pretty good. I think they still went 10-6 that season. They still made the playoffs. Obviously, they didn't do as good as they would have with Tom Brady in, but they still, they still did what they had to do. But at the same time, after Tom Brady left, what the hell? I mean, Belichick wasn't really doing anything. I mean, obviously he didn't have the talent that he had with Tom Brady, but you could kind of go either way with this. I mean, I could see both sides. I could see people saying that, yeah, Tom Brady was. If anyone here wants to make risk-free money, sports betting, hit me up. I've made over 40,000. Okay, now see, this is what we're not gonna do. So I'm not doing any spam on this. So once I figure out this comment, once I figure this out, my guy, you gonna get blocked. I'm sorry. I'm not doing spam on my stream. That's not me. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Peyton Manning was actually better than Tom Brady, even with fewer rings. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'll let the comment section decide that one. Some of these I'm not touching. I'm gonna just read it and I'm gonna let y'all have it. Now this one I wholeheartedly agree with. Patrick Mahomes is already overrated and benefits from Andy Reid and Travis Kelce more than people admit. I actually agree with this one. Even if you look at last season, Patrick Mahomes was kind of dog shit compared to how he was in, let's say, his rookie season and the seasons that he won the Super Bowl. He had that last season was kind of dog shit. Honestly, I guess that remains to be seen, but I can see why people would think that he benefits more from Andy and Travis than talent wise. I guess that's, like I said, that remains to be seen. This one I do not agree with at all. This one says Aaron Rodgers is the most talented QB ever, but not a top 5 all time due to lack of postseason success. Absolutely not. He is not even close to being the most talented QB ever. He's not better than Drew Brees. He's not better than Peyton. He's not better than Tom Brady. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers is actually pretty fucking overrated in my opinion. He was a dog with Green Bay. He was a legend with Green Bay. He was shits with the Jets. He's probably gonna be shits with the Steelers. I mean, then again, he has a better coach with the Steelers, so hey, I guess we'll see. But top five, the most talented QB ever, absolutely not. Well, this is a good one right here. This next one says the Dallas Cowboys haven't been America's team in decades. Ding, ding, fucking ding. Cowboys are shits. I hate the Cowboys. I hate Cowboys fans. Like all of y'all are shits. The Cowboys ain't never making the Super Bowl again. And that's my fucking hot take. Next one says the New England Patriots dynasty was built as much on weak AFC East competition as on greatness. That is kind of true. I mean, when you look at it, the Bills, they only really got to where they are now, like with Josh Allen or whatever, toward the end of Brady's tenure in New England. Other than that, I mean, who else is in there? The Jets, they've always been shits. The Dolphins have always been mid at best. So I can see that. Let's see. Nah, we ain't gonna go that way. So moving on to the next one. This is more based on the rules and the play style of the game. This next one says roughing the passer penalties are ruining the game. In a way, I get it, but player safety is always top priority. Now, what I will say is the bullshit roughing the passer penalties, that's what kills the game. Like those penalties where you get a clean tackle on a quarterback, or even if you touch the motherfucker, they calling fucking roughing the pass on it. And that shit I hate with a passion. They did that shit a lot with Tom Brady. Matter of fact, that game, Clay Matthews, he got like 3 or 4 roughing the passes, all from clean tackles. Like, no, they need to either do something with the rules of this, or just get rid of it altogether. But they're not gonna get rid of it, obviously, because obviously quarterback safety. But NFL, y'all definitely have to do something with the rules of it. Distinguish what exactly roughing the passer is. Otherwise, you're gonna keep having these bullshit calls where motherfucker you just touch a certain quarterback and it's roughing the passer. Like, no. Next one says the overtime rules aren't fair. Every team should get the ball once, no matter what. That I agree with. I do agree with that. Kickers deserve more respect. They win and lose games just as much as star players. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without Garrett Hartley, we would not have made the Super Bowl. And I'm saying that because he kicked the game winning field goal to send us to the Super Bowl. So yeah, guys, respect y'all kickers more. Just you know. And even thinking back to like, I'm gonna digress just for a hot minute. That BCS championship game between LSU and Alabama, we lost 21-0, and the only entire 21 points Alabama scored was straight off the kicker. Like that is insane to think about. Defense no longer wins championships. Elite offenses do. I ain't gonna touch that one. I don't know. I don't really agree with that one. Let's see. All right, let's get into some miscellaneous things. And I'm not gonna be too long today, y'all, because I know, like I said, the Hall of Fame game is coming on soon, and I plan on watching that shit. This next one says the Pro Bowl should be abolished. And frankly, I agree because nobody really gives a shit. Like nobody watches it. It's not competitive. It's turned into basically a field day, a literal field day. Like the sports, whatever's the skill challenges. I get it. Like it's a day to have fun and not be serious, and I respect it. But right now, this is literally flag football. Now it's not even a real football game anymore. It's flag football. We already have a flag football league, so we don't need more flag football. Like bring it back to what it used to be, where it's actually competitive, or have it like a draft, like they did with what was it, Michael Irvin and I think Jerry Rice when they drafted their teams, Team Rice and Team Irvin. I could be wrong, but I know it was something like that. Yeah, do it like that. Make the shit competitive again. Like the Pro Bowl is not fun to watch. I can't even tell you guys the last time I watched the Pro Bowl. This one I don't agree with. It says Thursday night football should not exist. It's bad for player safety and quality of play. I don't agree with that. We need our football. We have our Thursday football. Sometimes we have Friday games now. Sometimes we have Saturday games, but we have Saturday for college. We have Sunday and Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, only days we don't have football. Unless, of course, it's a special occasion like a holiday. This one says home teams have an unfair advantage over cold weather teams late in the season. Yeah, I get it. Maybe so, but I can't really say that because it's not just that one team playing in the dome. Anybody that plays that team is going to be in that dome. Of course, that game is at that particular team's location. So I don't really agree with that one. I don't really think that one makes too much sense. But let's move on to the next one. Most elite defenses of the last decade were boosted by bad quarterback play in their divisions. I'll let y'all have that one. I ain't touching that one at all. All right. Now let's get a little more dangerous. And I'm gonna start by saying this. This is my first one. Eli Manning is overrated as fuck. I'm sorry to say this, Eli. You a NOLA native. I fucks with you. I'm sure you a decent human being, even though you was bitching about getting drafted to the Chargers. I'm sure you're still a good person. I've met you. I've met your whole family really at the Manning Passing Academy. Y'all seem like good people. But you, as a football player, you have always been overrated to me. And this is no personal shot to anybody. Eli Manning has always been overrated to me. Everybody says that he deserves the Hall of Fame because he beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl. Wrong. He did not personally beat Brady. His defense stopped Brady in the Super Bowl. And the Patriots defense just so happened to leave their fucking controllers unplugged. Because back in 2007, there is no way that the Patriots couldn't have won that last game. They were 18-0, and they lost to a 9-7 team in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl at that. There's no possible way. I don't think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, even though he probably will be. I'm happy for him because, again, New Orleans native, same with me. But I just don't think I really don't think he deserves it. But I mean, hey, we can talk about that's something we can discuss later. On the flip side, though, this other unpopular opinion says Eli Manning's 2 Super Bowls are better than Aaron Rodgers' entire playoff career. Absolutely wrong. 100% disagree. Aaron Rodgers' playoff career has been 10 times better than Eli Manning's 2 Super Bowls. Again, y'all keep saying that because he beat Tom Brady. Like, no, he did not beat Tom Brady. His team beat Tom Brady's team. His defense stopped Tom Brady, but y'all are giving him all of the credit for those 2 wins that he has over him in the Super Bowl. Like, okay, he has 2 wins in the Super Bowl over Brady. So the fuck what? Like, who else has a win? Nick Foles has a win over Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Goddamn, Russell Wilson. No, that was the Broncos. They almost won that game. They should have won that game, and I'll get to that later. Who else beat them in the Super Bowl? Nick Foles beat him in the Super Bowl. Shit, Mahomes got a win over Brady in the Super Bowl. Or does he? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I take that back. No, they actually beat him. He beat the 49ers twice and then the Eagles once. So yeah, he has 3 rings. Okay, so Eli is probably the only QB with multiple Super Bowl wins over Brady. But the point still remains though, like y'all give this man too much credit. And again, Eli, this is not a personal shot to you. You're a NOLA native, so I'ma always respect you. But at the same time, your career is just overrated to me, dog. Like people give you too much credit. But nonetheless, congratulations, because I know you're gonna be inducted to the Hall of Fame. So congratulations ahead of time on that. I just personally think that it's unwarranted. In any case, let's move on. Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl as a quarterback. What y'all think about that? Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl as a quarterback. It's starting to look like that might be. It's probably going to be in the. That's probably going to end up being what happens because let's see. Let's go back. He hasn't won a. I think he's won one playoff game in his whole career. They've been to the playoffs many times, but he's only won one playoff game. I don't think that's true, but I do think there's some work that needs to be done if they do plan on even making the Super Bowl, let alone winning the Super Bowl. They could have went. Honestly, they could have went last year. They were almost there. They just gave it away. Honestly, he's been surrounded with subpar talent at the wide receiver position for damn near his whole time there. So I think if they're like one good receiver away from really getting there. Just they got to put it all together. Moving on. Justin Herbert is just Philip Rivers 2.0 with better hair. Is it because they both play for the Chargers? Who the fuck knows? That one I ain't touching though. I'm moving on. The Patriots dynasty is the most overrated in sports history. Half of their rings come from bad calls or weak competition. Man, Patriots fans, I'm on y'all ass today. Brady fans, I'm on y'all ass today too. The Patriots dynasty, I wouldn't say it's overrated, but I will say they have been pretty lucky. I will say that they've been pretty lucky with the tuck fump. That pretty much bailed them out and got them to the Super Bowl for Brady's first ring. Shit. Honestly, we can even look at the Nola no call because had we won that game, the Saints that is, and we faced them, they wouldn't have won. I don't think they would have won. And even let's flip to the AFC Championship game. The only reason they won because the Chiefs got caught with an offside penalty. So hell, in a parallel world, we could be talking about the Chiefs and the Saints in that Super Bowl, which would have been way more entertaining than what the fuck we really got. Anyway, yeah, that shit is crazy. Patriots fans, don't shoot me. I'm reading what I see. Ooh, this is a good one right here. The 49ers haven't had a truly elite quarterback since Steve Young. So let's see. The 49ers, just in recent memory, they've had Alex Smith, which I don't know. Then he got traded to the Chiefs. Uh did he play? No, did Alex Smith play for the 49ers? Yeah, he did. He did. Because that was that fucking divisional game where we lost to them like 45-37 because of Vernon Davis. Alex Smith, would you guys consider him elite? I wouldn't consider him elite. I would consider him more of a game manager. They had Jimmy G. He's a game manager. They've had Trey Lance, but they kind of fucked that up. And him and his injuries didn't really do him any favors either. They got Brock Purdy right now. That still remains to be seen, but he seems like he's going to be more of a system quarterback too. They really haven't. That might be right. They haven't really had any elite quarterback play since Steve Young. Well, that remains to be seen, though. We'll see how Brock Purdy plays out. Next one says the Packers wasted Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. They've had two Hall of Fame quarterbacks and only two rings to show for it, one ring apiece. I can see that. I can see that. The Packers, honestly, the Packers dynasty isn't really what people make it to be. Like they were better in the past, like around the Vince Lombardi era. But ever since then, like they've been more kind of like the Cowboys. Like they do they do good in this regular season, but then the postseason it just kind of falls apart. I mean, obviously they've had more success in the postseason than the Cowboys, but when you look at it, it's not really that different. I mean, the only thing that separates them is they did win a ring in 2000 in the 2010 season, Super Bowl 45 that is, and they've had a lot of good records, but so have the Cowboys. So hey, another one. Cowboys and Packers aren't really that different of a dynasty when it comes to success in the regular season compared to the postseason. Speaking of dynasties, do y'all remember Super Bowl 49 when Pete Carroll trusted Russell Wilson over Marshawn Lynch? At the 1 yard line, he calls a screen pass instead of running that bitch in with Marshawn Lynch. That was the beginning of the end of the Seahawks dynasty, which brings me to this next point. The Seahawks dynasty died because Pete Carroll trusted Russell Wilson over Marshawn Lynch, which is absolutely true. Because why in the fuck are you not running the ball at the 1 yard line? With the game on the line, y'all definitely could have had two rings instead of one. But no, Pete Carroll wants to trust Mr. Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, instead of Beast Mode. Unlimited my ass. That motherfucker was definitely limited that night. I don't blame Russell all the way though, because at the same time, it's like you can only do so much. Because if the coach gives you the play, yeah, you can audible, which he should have did. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Now this one, I'm gonna kind of try to dance around this one because I ain't trying to get canceled. The NFL secretly wants games to go a certain way, and that's just me saying it differently from what this one says, from what this unpopular opinion says. The NFL secretly want games to go a certain way. They want the games to go the way they want them to go. It's a market. They have to make their money. So obviously, bigger market teams like the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Packers, they're going to do better than what their team really should have done. Just take last year, for example. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were the big thing in the NFL. Like, you saw Taylor Swift at least 5 fucking times during the game. Like, we don't care about her. But since she's dating Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift brings in millions. They did whatever the fuck they could to make sure the Chiefs won as many games as they could. Hence the reason why they went 15-2 last year. But on paper, they really should have been like, hell, what was it, 17 games? They really should have been like 10-7, maybe, if that. We're getting kind of dangerous right now. The MVP award should be renamed the best quarterback on a winning team because no other position will ever win it. I don't agree with that, even though I honestly think either Saquon or Derek should have took it this year, but they gave it to Josh Allen again. I don't know. I wouldn't have given it to Josh Allen, but I do kind of agree with this because there've been more quarterbacks to win it than any other position. There's only been I don't think there's been a defensive player to win it. I got to look back and research that again, but If they, oh, you know what? I think Ray Lewis did win it one year. I could be wrong, but I think I had to look that up again. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But I know the last non-quarterback position to win it was Adrian Peterson in I think 2012. But hell, who knows? Who the fuck knows? But then again, you can't even say that because, well, shit, I don't know, yo. I really don't. I guess we'll have to. That remains to be seen. But let's move on to the next one. The NFL should get rid of kickoffs entirely. Absolutely not. Keep the kickoffs. But I will say this though, and to piggyback off of this, this is another opinion that I saw on Reddit. It said that if the kickers kick the ball through the uprights on the other end of the field, then the receiving team should receive the ball on the 15-yard line instead of the 25-yard line. That could be fun. We'll see. I think they receive it on the 30 now, but basically they should receive it further back than they would if they would have just do a regular touchback. But to piggyback off of that even some more, I hate the new kickoff system. I hate that the fact that no other player can move until the ball until the really the returner catches the ball. I don't really like that rule, but hey, whatever. What the fuck ever. Offensive linemen are the most important players on the field, but fans only know their names when they mess up, which is absolutely true because that so-called no look pass and that bomb down the field or that big break run, like none of that shit is possible without a good offensive line. None of that shit is possible. Offensive line is one of the most overlooked positions on the field. Offensive line and kickers are the most overlooked positions on the field in my opinion because even so, like even with hell, even before the fucking play starts, like if you don't have a good center, you're not gonna get the ball off to your quarterback. So let's give our let's normalize respecting our offensive linemen more too. But congrats to Lane Johnson on getting 99 overall on Madden, even though Madden is a fucking joke. But still, all in all, let's see. Jerry Rice would be just as good of a receiver if he played today. Maybe so. He would get a hell of a lot of penalties though, but maybe so. A lot of them motherfuckers play rougher back then. Nowadays, it's like shit. You can't even touch nobody the wrong way without getting the penalty. I guess, yeah, maybe so. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Calvin Johnson wasted his career in Detroit, but he still might be the best receiver ever. Yes, he did waste his career in Detroit. Yes, Detroit fucked over him and Matthew Stafford. But I am gonna say this, and Calvin Johnson fans, don't shoot me because I know how y'all motherfuckers like to do. I personally do not see the hype in Calvin Johnson. Like he was a dog. Will not take that away from him. He was an absolute fucking dog on the field. But like maybe y'all can tell me better. But what separates him from like why do y'all think that he was such a good receiver? I don't really see it. I think he was a great receiver, but I don't think he was that good to the level that he's being hyped up like people putting him top 10, top 5 all time. I mean, I never really paid that much attention to the lines, so y'all let me know on that. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about that. Man, we getting kind of we in dangerous territories now, y'all. This shit about to get worse. Adrian Peterson is not top 5 running back all time despite the highlight runs. That I actually agree with. And what really fucks him up for me is his lack of ball carrying. Like he had fumbleitis, like that motherfucker ate popcorn before every game. And it really showed in that NFC championship game against us. It really showed. All right, let's move on. Let's see. The NFL cares more about fantasy football and gambling money than player safety. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Fantasy football, maybe not. But gambling, oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's why they rigged. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's why they make those games go the way they want them to go. I gotta catch myself, man. Shit. I ain't trying to get fucked up on here. Stadium home field advantage is overrated. It's just crowd noise. That is absolutely wrong. I've played football myself. Stadium crowd noise, that shit plays a big part. If you got people booing you, if you got people trying to throw you off, that shit is not easy. Take it from me. I've played football before. The NFL Combine is a glorified circus. Film tells you more than just a 40-yard dash. Honestly, I don't watch the Combine. I mean, we only really look at the 40-yard dash. That's what people like to look at. But yeah, I do agree though. Film can't tell you more than a 40-yard dash because people play differently on the field than they do when they're just by themselves. I guess I don't know. Maybe so, maybe not. College football atmospheres are better than the NFL's. Absolutely, 100% agreed. The league is heading towards being flag football within 15 years. Yes. Yes. I hope that doesn't happen, but yes, I can see it happening with the way player safety is so put toward the front. It's so important. Yeah. Roger Goodell, please don't fucking do that. But yeah, we don't need flag football. We already have a flag football league. We don't need it. Keep the NFL like it is. All right, y'all. Let's get into the nuclear shit. Which, if you would call it nuclear, hey. If not, fuck you. But let's see. Brady, I'm back on your ass, my dude. Tom Brady is the most lucky quarterback ever. Yes, the fuck he is. Tuck rule, Spygate, Deflategate, playing in the weak ass AFC East, getting getting lucky with these calls and not getting calls and all kinds of shit. Yeah, he is kind of lucky. But then to piggyback off that, we're gonna throw in Kermit the Frog. Patrick Mahomes is the new Brady, insanely talented, but already overprotected by refs and media hype. Yes, he is overprotected by refs, media hype. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey, Jackson Mahomes, that cringe motherfucker. God, I hope I never see Jackson Mahomes on my screen again. I couldn't stand that little bitch. Sorry, no shot to y'all, but Jackson, you were like the most cringe dude I've ever seen in my life. Ooh. Joe Burrow is just Andy Dalton with Instagram filters. I can't agree with that one, though. Andy Dalton never made a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Joe Burrow almost won a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Josh Allen is considered a running back who just throws sometimes. That's not true. Tua Tagovailoa is one concussion away from retirement. Tua, Tua tongue on the areola. You should have been retired, my dude. I'm sorry. Your safety and your life is way more important than football. Like when you was throwing up gang signs, when your hands was like this, when your shit was doing this on that field, when you got smacked, like that should have been it, bro. Like we care way more about you as a person than as a football player. So honestly, I think he should have been retired just out of safety. I mean, we've had players that retired young, like Andrew Luck, Luke Kuechly. We've had players like that retire young due to health issues. Like, just think about that, bro. Like, even Chris Olave, he's had his fair share of concussions. But like I said, yo, I think Tua should have been retired. I think he really needs to just be careful and stop running head first into shit. Learn how to slide, dude. It's not hard. Let's see. I'm going to get a little more team specific now, and let's reel it into New Orleans, and let's talk about the Saints. Starting with Drew Brees. This one says Drew Brees is overrated because of an inflated dome stats, because he obviously doesn't play as good outdoors. I don't believe that. I don't know. That is absolutely wrong. No Drew Brees slander shall be tolerated over here. One ring with Sean Payton and Drew Brees is actually a disappointment. They're considered the duo that underachieve. Well, I mean, yeah, look at the fucking league. They've been against us for God knows how long. We should at least have 3 rings. Fuck. No, 4 rings, honestly, because let's look at it like this. Back in 2006, the Bears got away with it was a kickoff with Michael Lewis, and they called it a fumble, even though he was cheap views on stream. Oh my god, y'all! Now I got spam in my fucking chat, bro. Okay. Anyway, back in 2006, there was a kickoff return. Michael Lewis fielded it, and the refs called it a fumble. The Bears got it back. Fucking Rex Grossman, bro. Like, how the fuck do we lose to Rex Grossman of all people? That nigga was shit. Anyway, they called it a fumble, even though it was clearly not a fumble, but they, called it a fumble, and that kind of fucked us up. We won the Super Bowl in 2009. We've had a lot of years of shits defenses, even though we've had elite offenses. Shit, 5,000 yard seasons from Drew Brees, and just been bad defenses. Like we've always been more unlucky than anything. And then not only that, the fucking league has been against us with the no call. I mean, who the fuck? Like, that's a clear pass interference. And a lot of people say that we still could have won that game. Like, yeah, it's true. We still could have won, but all of the air was sucked out the dome for that fucking no call. Like, there shouldn't have been an overtime. There should not have been an overtime. Had we got that penalty, it would have been automatic first down. We could have ran that clock out. Because if y'all remember, I believe we were tied at that particular time when he threw that, when Drew Brees threw Tommy Lee Lewis that wheel route, and Robbie Coleman came up and knocked his ass out. And they didn't call it. Had they called it, we could have ran the clock out, kicked the field goal, boom, bada boom, bada bing, we gone. Getting ready for next week, 2 weeks later. But shoulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, yeah. I guess. Now this is the shit that pisses me off right here. Aaron Rodgers' career is better than Drew Brees' career, even with a few yards. No, it's not. Aaron Rodgers is not better than Drew Brees, dude. Y'all got to stop dick riding Aaron Rodgers, dude. He is not better than Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the only quarterback with multiple 5,000 yard seasons. He has as many 5,000 yard seasons as Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes. Combine those three, you get five. Drew Brees has 5,000 yard seasons by his fucking self. Let's see. Let's move on. Sean Payton wasted too many prime years with mediocre defenses. Yeah, like I just said, we've had a lot of defenses that were bad. And moving, and just to piggyback off that, I ain't gonna be too much longer. I'm gonna read probably a few more, and that's gonna be it. Just to piggyback off that, there was another opinion that I saw that said Sean Payton, he left because he saw that the Saints were in a rebuild mode. He saw the rebuild mode that was basically coming, and he decided to get the fuck because he didn't want to deal with it. Can you say he was ring chasing? Maybe so. Even though he went to a Broncos team that went 4-12 that year, but whatever. Dennis Allen was never head coach material. He's just a placeholder. I don't even think he was a placeholder. He's a better DC. That's it. Defensive coordinator. That's it. He should have never been our head coach. Let's hope Kellen Moore can do way better than him, but I guess we'll see. The Saints have been irrelevant since the Bounty Gate scandal. Absolutely untrue. Minneapolis Miracle, Nola No Call, the push off, Drew Brees' retirement. That's four right there. So we've always stayed relevant. Don't get it twisted. The NFC South is historically one of the weakest divisions, which means the Saints' dominance was overhyped. Again, y'all sleeping on us, though. Y'all be sleeping on us. That wasn't just overhyped because of a weak division. Like, those divisions weren't nothing to laugh at. The Panthers, the Panthers went 15-1, went to a Super Bowl. The Falcons went to a Super Bowl, lost. So again, people be y'all just be sleep on the Saints like y'all really do. We gonna show y'all though. We ain't gonna show y'all this year, but we eventually we gonna wake y'all up. All right, I'm gonna read like maybe three more, and that's gonna be it because I'm already 37 minutes in, and I don't want to take up too much more time. And I'm getting spam comments in my chats now, so I'm not fucking with that. So let's read let's read like maybe three more. Michael Thomas, his can't guard Mike era was short lived. Now he's just can't stay healthy, Mike. Honestly, I agree with that. I mean, MT was a dog in 2017, 2018, 2019. He was. He really was. It really started after that 100 mil contract that he got. And then all of a sudden, now he's hurt. And then he waits until January. What was it? He waited till January to get an operation or something like that. Basically, he waited too late to get an operation because I guess he wanted to play through it or something like that. But now, looking back at it, he should have gotten that operation because now he's just sitting at home, made out of glass. Nobody really want to fuck with him like that. Marcus Colston is the most overrated, underrated player in Saints history. Meaning, when you look at the list of underrated Saints players in history, Marcus Colston on that list will be the most overrated of that bunch. Which that I don't agree with because Marcus Colston, to say he did what he did, logged multiple 1,000 yard seasons, and didn't get one Pro Bowl vote or one Pro Bowl entry. Yeah, something wrong with that. That just goes. So the Saints have always been a hated dynasty. Well, I ain't gonna say always, but we've been a pretty hated dynasty for quite some time now. All right, so I'm gonna do one more. This is a ooh ooh yeah. This is the one I'm gonna do right here. I'll move my phone to the side for this one. Y'all ain't ready for this one right now. The Saints should have moved on from Drew Brees earlier than they did. Damn. Imagine if we would have traded Drew Brees and like the 2013 season, maybe, or 2014 season, because his noodle arm really kind of held us back in the late 2010s. Like, yeah, we did do what we had to do, but had he had a better arm, I think maybe we could have had more success. So, in a way, I agree with it. But at the same time, I will never say we should have got rid of Drew Brees. He was literally our saving grace since 2006. Like, I'm not gonna say single handedly, but he was one of the biggest parts of turning our franchise around. Even the shit that he did for the city, like you can't, that can never be put down like that. And he's always gonna have my respect. But man, we should have moved on from him earlier than we did. I don't think I agree with that one. That's a crazy one though. Who would we have gotten if we would have let Drew Brees go before that? I don't know. Maybe we could have tanked for Patrick Mahomes. Maybe. I don't know. But in any case, y'all, that's the hot takes I got for the day. Man, this is some crazy shit. I hope we do good this year. I really do. I don't think we will. I hope we either. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I hope we do horrible this year so we can tank for Arch Manning. Unless we get Spencer the fucking rounds, because it seems like they just wasting Spencer's time. Show as hell hope Tyler Slow don't fucking start, because that is an awful player. I'm sorry. Like, why in the fuck did we draft him over Shadur Sanders at that? Like, if you were gonna do that, we could either have Spencer as our starting quarterback or drafted Shador. If you really want to draft a quarterback, why not just draft Shador Sanders? It's Tyler Slow person. Like, no. But in any case, y'all, that's all I got for today. I'm going to catch y'all next time. I'm going to get ready to watch this game. So, peace out.